Hey there, guys. So, what I'd like to talk to you about today is how you can practice your prepping skills without having to own land, and if you live in the city. So, the way I do this is I go to Crown Land. Now, if you don't know what Crown Land is government land that you can do hunting and camping and the like on. So naturally, you can practice all your prepping skills on it. Now, how do you find Crown Land? Well, the way you find Crown Land is the government has a website that you can go on, which I'll leave a link to, with an overview of all the Crown Land in Ontario. And I'm sure the other provinces have theirs too. Now, it's like a map. It has all the roads on it, towns and whatnot, and it shows you where private land is, where Crown Land is, etc. And you can use this resource to find areas with lots of Crown Land and old roads. So what I'll be looking for generally is a road off the highway or whatever that is just lots and lots of Crown Land. And what that tells me is that's some old service road or some road that's not really used anymore, whatever it was used for, and I will mark that down. And then I will find it on Google Maps. I'll just do a satellite overview just to make sure there's nothing there. I'll kind of look, I don't see any buildings. All right, so what I'll do is I'll mark that down on my map and move on to the next one. And I'll mark down 4 or 5 in the area, and whenever I have spare time or feel like a drive, I'll drive out there, check them out, look, and here's the important part. I'll see if there's somewhere for me to park my car. So a field or just a widening in the road or something like that. And I'll make sure that there's no cabins in the area, there's no trespassing signs in the area, because occasionally Crown Land will be miscolored on the website, or it'll be mislabeled. So this happens from time to time, administrative errors, etc. There are also some hunting cabins out there for professional trappers. There are possibly government facilities or small government ranger outposts or whatever. These are all things you want to look for, that they are technically Crown Land still, with the exception of the administration era one, but you still don't want to go near those. You don't want to be messing with government stuff or other people's stuff while you're doing this. You want to be respectful. If you see no trespassing signs, leave. You don't want to be a trespasser. If there's a gate, don't bother. That's basically my rules. And then what I'll do is, after I make sure the area isn't being used by anyone else, I'll get out, I'll walk around a bit, I'll scout a couple places for campsites, and I'll move on. And then I'll come back with a couple buddies or by myself, and I'll spend a night or something like that. And I'll see how I like it there. And I try to diversify the terrain. So one with a lake, one without a lake, some hills, etc. Different types of trees. And that's generally it. Now, what will I do there? Well, I practice, my skills that I can only do out there. So, moving over very difficult terrain, practicing shelter building, fire starting, all these kind of things. Because it's all well and good knowing how to do it, but you need to practice it. And I also try out my new tools there. So, I got a new tool recently, wherever that is. Silky Big Boy 2000. Now, this is a folding saw, which I'll make a video about later. And as soon as the snow melts, I'm going to go out, find somewhere to test it out, see how it goes, make a video comparing this to this. Anyways, so that's just a brief overview on Crownland and where you can practice your skills. If you're living in the city, you might have to drive about an hour, maybe half an hour, depending on which city you're in, the size of your city. If you're in Toronto or south of that, you're going to have to drive a couple hours. But for me, I could go out and I could just spend the day out, come back. If you're in Toronto, you might have to spend a weekend. So it's important to find somewhere that you enjoy going, somewhere that's good, a good spot. Anyways, that's all I have for you today. I hope you learned something, and I hope you enjoyed watching. So, have a good day.